Welcome to the Purple Rinse, the show where we revisit our least favorite Prince albums and more.
We come in your town. I said the lost is found.
Holmes, we gets up. What do you say, brother?
Yeah, it's not really feeling that track. It's just monotonous and it's just uninspired. There's one thing that I've noticed actually about this album is that the titles of the songs are whack. There's nothing. It's almost like there's no songs. You know what I mean? It's like maybe the album should be called the Jam. No, the album is the Jam of the Year, man. You know what I mean? Because it's just like a big jam, and the titles there. When you listen to certain albums, titles can just drag you in. You'd be like, oh, I can't wait to hear what this is going on a title. But We Gets Up.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Get out of bed or we dancing or what is it? You know what I mean? And then his music is like it sounds like someone who can play an instrument. You know what I mean? And they have a studio. And they're just recording, and it's not inspired. They're just doing it because the stuff is there and they can play. You know what I mean? It's not like when you see like. You know, like when I check it, because Hendrix is my dude. When I listen to certain things that that he goes deep, he goes deep into his thoughts and into his creativity, and he's not playing no cliched. He's not playing no cliched stuff. When you listen to Hendrix albums, there's no cliched nothing going on. You know what I mean? That means that he sat down in those days. It was just tape recorder and whatever, and they were creating something, trying to bring something. There was there's nothing. The only thing I would say, what I liked it, the only part was that the first little breakdown when he does those little funk things with it. That's it. Apart from that, this song is not. I'm not feeling that song at all, really. You know what I mean? I think if I was at a concert and he played it, I would be in the groove, you know what I mean? Because there's Prince and we're at the show and a lot of people there and vibe or whatever. And when you hear it played with a real band, it probably would sound like it would give you some vibes, mixed with his other songs. But as a song, it's like, that's poor, it's poor.
Yeah, I agree with you. There was a lot of Sly and the Family Stone in that track. No. That was his jump off point. I can hear the riffs and the ideas that were very inspired by Sly and the Family Stone, which we know is one of his big influences. Not a fan of this track at all. And I got nothing really more to say than what Holmes said. It's just another throwaway track. He can play. I'm going to put this down. But you know what, man? You're free. Why are you coming with this? You're free. You had a chance. But you know what, man? Like, let me give you guys a scenario. And you said something, Holmes, that made me think. He's also like a very much a performance artist. So he's probably recording stuff that he knows will translate live as well, right? So it's an experience with him, because you're getting that, you know the song. So by the time you get to the gigs, that this song and that track is gonna drop like a mofo live.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So he's probably like, yeah, man, like, yeah. I don't know. Am I making excuses? No, it's not a good song.
I've got one little thing I'll add before Justin drops in. It almost feels that he was free too late.
Yeah. Wow.
He ran out of ideas.
Wow.
That's a heavy one.
You know what? Maybe it was time. He did all what he needed to done, and it was time to just go away. No matter how much no matter how much we love him, you're right. Maybe, and we did say this on previous shows, that it's like, Justin and I said this before. What would have been magic for Prince is after he dropped Love Sexy, that he disappeared for 10 years.
Yep.
Just disappeared for 10 years. Go travel the world, go to Africa, go to India, do a Beatles, just tour the world, live some life, go to Jam Down.
Get inspired.
Get inspired.
Go to some places where they're playing different instruments and different
keys. Some shanty town somewhere in a backyard somewhere.
Well, for the sake of time and trying to get through this, for me, this album's, we're 6 tracks into this album. We're just over the halfway point.
7, yeah, 7.
So 7. This is the 7th track, and for me, if I was loving this album so far, like, whoa, guys, this print, I'd be willing to kind of, I'd be pumped up to, amped up to get into a commentary on this track. The track's rubbish.